We back. Devon just telling me that was one of his average beats. He only just telling me that now, though, bro. Damn. Say you got heaps more fire.
Yeah, that was like a Uzi X Uno, the activist type beat. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, they all slayed it. Like John Beth, JJ, and Olive Amon. They just laced it with absolute sauce, man. Shout out Devon for making that beat as well. We had all those 5 ciphers had beats done by Australian producers as well. Super dope to get Devon in making a beat for that. Did you guys manage to catch last week's one that we dropped with Awen, Kwame, and Drupo? It's been going pretty nuts. P. Nick let me know that she hasn't seen it yet. So that's all right. That's all right. She's promised me she's going to catch it, though.
Yeah. Kwame snapped.
Yeah, did you guys catch that one?
Yeah, bro.
Who'd you guys think killed it? Yeah, Kwame.
Yo.
Shout out Drupo.
But they cut halfway. I didn't get to see the full thing.
Oh, you haven't seen so you haven't seen Drupo's yet?
Nah, I gotta check it.
Drupo slapped. Drupo went hard.
Yeah.
Did you guys manage to catch the first one as well?
Yeah, the first one was dope.
Yeah, with Quasi and Royce and that.
Yeah,
as well.
Royce was real nice with the audit team.
Yeah?
I like, yo, Quasi's crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, for real.
Hell yeah. Well, I think we should do more of those kind of ciphers, and we're planning to do some more of those as well. Yeah, everyone on the panel here, after seeing what you've seen there, would you be interested to get involved in some ciphers? Yeah?
Shotgun, for real.
Yeah?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Cool. Well, I'm taking that as a yes, and I'm going to book y'all in for the next ones as well. As a little bit of a segue as well, since y'all came to Cypher, at the end of the show tonight, my man Sonic Vibe is going to be spinning a whole bunch of beats, and you guys are going to be showing us some bars live on air. I'm super excited for that, since y'all came to Cypher, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's a lot going on in both music and kind of the world this week, I guess. On Friday, we've got some of the guys on the panel here are super close to some protests that are going up against Channel 7. Before we kick that off, though, and before we jump into those issues, I want to show you a little video first. So here it is. Before we jump into these issues, I want you all to check out this video to open up this discussion. Check this.
Here in Melbourne, and I'm pretty shaken up. I just saw an incident with an African gang. This white guy from Britain approached them, and it's unbelievable what they did to him. So, the British white dude has approached the African gang, and he started rapping grime at them, and they all jumped in and encouraged him and hooped and hollered, and were backing him up. They were making music together here in Melbourne, those African gangs. But enough's enough. I'm not having it. I felt very insecure in that moment. I felt very white. I can't rap. I can't keep time. I don't know what rhythm is. I don't even know how to spell it. And I wanted to join in. And these African gangs and their music made me feel very out of place. They, together with a white British dude, they were making beautiful music here in Melbourne. Those African gangs overrunning our city with beautiful, beautiful music. Oh.
All right, so that right there leads into the discussion we're about to have right now. So on Friday, there's a protest going down out front of Channel 7, talking about and protesting against the way that they have been visualizing and publicizing Africans in Melbourne. One of the homies from the boys here, Devon's actually got a track with him, Titan.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah, shout out Titan. We actually had a video excerpt that we couldn't get for tonight, unfortunately, so I'm going to read out a statement from Titan here to lead into this discussion. He said, "The media continues to vilify and demonize our community year after year. It seems that we've been downgraded from people into juicy headlines guaranteed to raise viewership. We understand that a minority of our community has been involved in criminal activity. We do not at all condone their actions. However, they are not a representation of our community as a whole. Seven has attached themselves to only one side of the story and refused to offer balanced journalism. As a result, our whole community has now been forced to live in a society where all of us have been declared guilty of the crimes of a minority in the court of public opinion. We demand answers, justice, and an apology, and most of all, for our voices to be heard. Titans are close homie of the boys here, and P Unique as well, are strong voices in the African community. To be taken not in the light that Channel 7 has shown them. I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts about this? How you're feeling about Friday and how you're feeling about everything? Here's the platform for you guys to say some shit, unadulterated, unfiltered, say some shit.
Fuck them niggas. Dead ass, bro. Fuck the media, bro.
How do you feel about Friday?
About Friday, the protest. I don't know. Pretty nervous, but I hope it like goes right, and like the media doesn't like film shit and edit it, and then turn it into some other shit. And I hope like random niggas don't come through and like incite a riot. Yeah, because that's like the last thing you want to happen.
Yep.
Because they just made like a compilation videos of just like past events of like, you know, African gangs and what's been like happening lately. And they still like using that against us. And like, yeah, trying to bring us down and all that. And it ain't right.
Totally, man. 100%. Anyone else on the panel I know you've all got really strong voices and really strong opinions on all of this. I really want to hear from you guys how it feels in your community, why they're like, essentially, I'm not the person to talk about this, why there's a protest going on tomorrow, how it feels in your communities, what are the changes that need to happen. I'd love you guys to address everyone that's watching now and talk a little bit about that.
I'm a bit hot and cold with the situation.
Okay.
Like, I'm like for and against, because like it's not new that the media has been putting us down. I feel like we're a bit late with this protest, because they've been doing this since 2016, since before that. And it's like, had we come together as a community earlier on, I don't think it would have like been over exaggerated the way that it was. Like with the whole Mimba Festival thing, they were like on the streets saying AWD Apex, and it's like we kind of gave them a story. However, like in the end, news like fear sells, and it's like they use our community to like put fear into their communities so that people can like buy newspapers and they have something to talk about. And it's like whenever there's no news, they just bring back old shit that we did, unfortunately, but like not us, but like a minority of the kids did. And like we gave them that story, and it's like we should have put an end to it in 2016, but like it was just over exaggerated, and then the kids continued, and then like that's why I'm like for and against. But like I hope the protest does go well, knowing the news they're gonna fuck it up. I mean, excuse my language. Knowing
say what you need. Absolutely.
Knowing the news, they're just gonna come here like to the protest on Friday, and they're gonna flip the story and put it back on the news and just make it seem like we were just causing chaos, even though we're just speaking out for our rights and stuff like that. That's why I feel like it's not gonna go well, as negative as it sounds, because I feel like the news has just had enough. And they're just like...
We had enough too, bro.
Yeah. But like this protest hopefully goes well, but I feel like they're just going to use it against us. And like we have to figure out a way that we can come together as a community and like build our community within. Like I feel like now we're just kind of pointing fingers. Like I don't want you guys to think I'm negative. It's just the truth. I feel like we're trying to reach out to the news and be like, you know, this is who we are, blah, blah, blah. But it's like they know who we are. They just want to make us into different people. And it's like it's not going to make a difference if we go in protests and stuff like that, because they know how we feel, and they know that it's just a minority of the like some of the kids in our community that are doing the wrong thing. Like it doesn't take a genius to be like, oh, a few kids fucked up, let's fuck up their image. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like we need to be able to come and like have meetings within our own community with our parents and figure out ways that we can like fix ourselves and then ways that we can better communicate with our parents so that we don't have children that are on the streets and stuff like that, so that the media can see that we're doing things for ourselves rather than like them having another story to flip and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I see definitely you guys on the panel, as well as a large majority of the culture moving through art and moving through music and kind of being idols for your communities in terms of how to act and you know, the ways to go about things. I see guys like Devon in the Next Gen class in Waves. I see someone like yourself, P Unique, on SBS Viceland. You had a feature on there talking about your voice in your community there as well.
Yeah, there's just different ways to go about it, and like through music, and like they do that stuff. Other like their friends and like other younger people that are coming up, they're gonna be like, oh, instead of going crime, like, you know, Divine's making music, we should be making music. Or like, it's not just in music but also basketball, or this guy made the NBA, I can do something with myself rather than like the alternative of crime. So it's
you
like
just need a lot of people to like make it out, set like an example of like which path to like follow,
Definitely.
or, like, how to follow, like,
because there's so much potential within our communities with like lawyers and doctors and paramedics and basketball players and photographers and all that type of stuff, but they don't put that stuff in the news because it's not fun, it's boring. And it's like, why do we need to like make them look good when we should be like selling news? And it's like, they
it's
did
just
this
how
thing.
the media is.
Yeah,
People,
because
like,
you never
won't-
get that on mainstream media.
No, you don't.
Nah, everyone's just
why-
excited about the.
It's just a
negative stuff
story.
and
Yeah,
see,
and like
what's up
we
with
make
it.
up like 1% of the population, and like we're like the fifth of the crime, and Australia is like number one. But they don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about other communities that are fucking up, and let's ruin their image because, no offense, Australia's image is not that great with history and stuff like that. So if it's like them saying go back to your country, but we should be asking Indigenous Australians for permission whether we should go back home or not. And if we're getting deported, you're all coming with us. We're all immigrants here. Straight up.
Shit.
Yeah, that's a real good point. That's a real good
No
point.
offense.
Devon, yourself and I can't remember if it was Titan or Peter O'Tony as well were on the project earlier this year as
like,
well.
I think around January, like the 24th.
Yep.
Or 25th.
Yep.
Like that.
And yeah, with again, the event on essentially Facebook is where most of the people first found out about the news for the protest this Friday. Was organised by guys from the hip hop culture right here, Titan, Peter O'Tony, and Mac 11 as well. The event is hosted and run by those guys. So a massive shout out to the positive members of these communities that don't get broadcasted and don't get put out there often enough. I think we really need to flip the script and show that there's amazing members of these communities everywhere, and not just see the negative that someone like Channel 7 puts out there. So you're going to see the AU team down there supporting everyone and the whole community down there on Friday as well. There's protests outside Channel 7. And hopefully we can make some indent of change here. To flip the story a little bit, let's jump over to some actual local music that's going down. Coming up, Ecosystem has a show coming up with Brandon Stone. Brandon Stone's EP launch coming up. Who else is on the show there, and where's that at?
That's next Friday, 27th of July. So we got Eco, we got K the Goat, shout out K. We got all of Alcoholic Family coming. So
Crazy lineup.
yeah, straight up.
Where
I
is
don't want
that
to
at?
miss that. That's at Laundry Bar upstairs. You already know.
Next week.
7:30. Like get there at 7:30 because we starting like mad quick after that, and try to make it cheap as possible. $10 as soon as you get in, and boom, come have the time of your life for real.
Come turn up.
Hell yeah.
Facts.
Support.
Hell yeah. The EP as well. Do you want to tell us anything about that
Yeah,
EP?
that's dropping this Sunday on my birthday. So, this is the best music that I've ever done. Like, I made this shit and I listened it over, and I'm like, nah, that ain't me.
They're not ready for that.
Crazy feeling.
Facts. I got what have I got? I released a single. When was that? Last week or earlier this week?
Yeah, it's through us, eh? Lit.
Facts. Last week. Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all premiered it. My bad. Yeah. So that was featuring Lord Halani. That was called Lit. I dropped the video on Saturday. Go peep that if you haven't peeped it.
Hood Wolf on the visuals there as well.
Facts. Shout out Hood Wolf. But I got Lord Halani on there. I got the homie Z Lewis down here with some mad bars. On the very last track to close that shit. I got Cropley, I got Zane White, I got Manny Lato, I got Brianna
That's the
Myron.
cuz.
This is a 7-track EP, by the way.
Hell yeah.
I've got like mad features on that. But nah, that drops this Sunday, my birthday. So if y'all vibe it, let me know. Come through to the show. Let's try to sell that shit. But yeah.
Hell yeah. Later on in the cypher as well, Brandon's gonna prove to you why you gotta cop that EP as
Yeah, I
well.
already know, bro. I'll
Yeah.
come with that shit. Right?
Since we're talking about releases as well, guys, I'm gonna go back across the panel and talk about what you guys have been working on or got coming up as well. P Unique recently released a single,
Yeah.
Woman with Color.
Queen with color.
Queen with Color. That's
Some
I've got it
respect on
written
his
right.
name.
Yeah. So Queen with Color was recently released. Anything else? There's a music video with that as well.
Yeah, there is.
There's an epic music video with that actually.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with the video, the music video, we wanted to change it up a bit because, like, you'd think Queen with Color would be like the typical crown throne, and I was just like, no, I think it should be like women owning like male-dominated areas. So we're playing poker, we're around all these cars, and it's just like it's dope.
Yeah. It's
But
super sick.
yeah, this Queen with Color is actually gonna be on an EP that I'm working on. It's called Bring Black Back, and the EP is kind of like to empower and like celebrate our people, because I feel like the media does put us down so much, and it's like no one is empowering us, no one's celebrating us, and it's like if no one's gonna do it, we have to do it ourselves. So Bring Black Back, it's got like a lot of like empowering tracks in there for our people, so that they just don't feel so down, and we're just like doing better things.
Awesome.
That's gonna come out towards the end of the year.
Sick.
But yeah, just that song.
Hell yeah, looking forward to that. We got Queen with Color in the mix up tonight, and back on Brandon Stone, we got Lit featuring Lloyd Holani, and another unreleased one, Z's featuring Zane White and Manny Lato, playing tonight
Tune
as well.
into that shit for real. That's
Super
my
dope.
best song.
So Brandon Stone EP on the way on Sunday. P Unique Queen with Color just dropped an EP on the way towards the end of the year. Ecosystem, what's coming?
I just dropped the single last week, No Sleep. Go get it on my SoundCloud. But
Oh yeah, we got that in the mix up tonight as well.
Yeah, that's my dog. Alright, me and the homie Jay and Theb about to drop a tape called Jet. Should be out by next week, so be on that.
By next week.
Yeah.
Damn, mix up gonna be full of tracks. Huh?
Yeah.
Sick.
Fuck with the name Jet.
Jet
Like
Yeah.
J, Eco,
and Theb.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
mix Jet.
Uh-huh.
I peeped out like, yo.
That's my dog, man.
Devon.
I got a single coming out soon, probably this month or next month.
Sick.
Finally.
But yeah,
Sick.
We need that.
Can we get a name or anything? Or you keeping that to yourself?
nah, I just stay on my secret stuff.
Yeah, yeah. As always.
Yeah,
Classic
until I
Devon
drop-
style.
Batman shit.
Well, from there, we're going to actually just before that tomorrow night. Our